Did we ever get the push video recorded? I remember we were trying to do something like that,
No,
and
but you showed it to me again. I think we're okay on that one. You showed
okay,
it to me again during our last talk.
okay. All right. So screen
And then
share.
just to remember also, we might not do it on this lesson, but I sent you that video of us doing the push in the yard that my friend sent. So
Yep,
we
and I do wanna look at that. I haven't personally looked at it yet myself, but I would like to go over it while we're on the Zoom. So
Okay.
because this Rubadub usually doesn't take that long.
Okay.
Oh, can you see my screen where it says you're
Yeah, it says
sharing?
you are sharing. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So we're where we need to be here. I can get out of all this. We can go into this. Oh, that's lovely, Miss Lola. She's a
Mhm.
fun one.
Mhm.
Okay, so I need to go to videos again. No, not albums, collections, trips, media types. I'm still not used to how they redid this one. Okay, looking for my rub-a-dub dude. He's a big Norwegian elk hound.
Mm.
And I made a video for his owner of him walking to the milkshake song because he's got this playful puppy sway to his hips that is just hilarious. And it goes very well with that song. His milkshake definitely brings all the lady dogs to the yard. Okay. And this is one I keep meaning to put in a folder so I don't have to scroll to find it, but I didn't. At least I don't think I did. And of course, the more videos I make, the bigger the library gets and the further away I get from organizing everything. That's Mr. Bagel. It's Alfonso. Come on, Dukester. Where are you? I think it was this far back, but maybe it is. It's the little Bear. No, no, that's Ragnar. That's not Duke. Okay, I feel like it didn't take this long to find it last time. Maybe I did make the album.
Is there a recently watched?
It wasn't that recent. Let's see. Proto DDO now memory. Modified push. Waves. Post treats. Oh my gosh, I really need to. Oh, milkshake. Oh, here we go. That's him, but that is not the video that we're looking for. Mad Max, Lady Achilles. Oh, these are the Duke. New post, photo edit. There's some Kevin stuff. Bite and carry. No. I don't know what they did to these. Okay. What is the other? Let's see. I have one more trick here we can try. This will be at his house, which is over here. There's the Dukester, but that's a walk. Here we go. I'm looking for the video. Will it let me go? No, it's not the video. That's no, you're in here. I don't think Paisley was around then, so it's not outside. This one was outside. Football. I think, is this the one? Nope, that's Paisley again. Paisley was definitely not around when I did this video.
Where do these people live?
They live right in my parents' neighborhood
Oh,
in Forest Brook, and the
North
um
Carolina?
South Carolina.
Hmm.
Um, and it was just Duke at first, the bigger dog, and then his girlfriend moved in who had the other dog, Paisley. Come on, that's oh, this looks like it. All right, now we just gotta give it a second to load because it's a 4 minute long video.
And I'm just slurping on my chicken soup here.
Oh, you're good. Here we go. Okay. Remind me before we exit for me to save this in an album of Rubadub. Okay, so as you can see, he's presenting his butt to me. So again, the first thing I did was I offered my hand. And he moved his butt and he touched my leg with his butt. So that to me was permission to touch his butt. So I offer the hand. He walks over, leans his butt up against my body, and I start massaging his butt. And then, of course, I want to focus on the polyvagal nerve. So I start going up and down the spine into the jaw. So I did a reverse one.
Hmm.
Now I'm going to go back a little. So he's giving me a few signs here that when I get towards the head past the shoulders, that he's slightly uncomfortable. So the first thing he does as I move past the shoulders, he gives me a bit of a side eye. You can kind of see the whites of his eyes there.
Yeah.
And he starts doing this lipping thing. So that to me is telling me that he's kind of volleying back and forth between the two sympathetic or between the two nervous systems.
Hmm.
So it's not enough for me to stop, but I am making note of okay, he's trying his lipping is trying to stay connected to his digestive system, which is trying to stay in hunger, which is trying to stay in the calm, relaxed nervous system. So
Hmm.
he's self-stimulating that nervous system by licking his lips and by engaging his mouth like that. And then I know I can keep continuing and that it worked because right after the lipping and a little more massage, he starts open mouth breathing. So he's no longer tight. His mouth is open. He goes back to lipping a little there when I start pulling on the jowls.
What about when they close their eyes? Is that a sign of something?
No, I'm not as worried about, especially. So if you think about it in nature, if your eyes are getting squinty or closed, if you can't see, you're getting vulnerable. So that tells me you're comfortable.
That's what it feels like when I see that in my any dog I've had. They kind of like, sure, kind of thing.
Right. If I'm so the side eye, the whale eye, which is the big open eye, that's I'm keeping an eye on you. I don't trust this. This feels weird.
Hmm.
The squinty soft eye to the closed eye is this feels great. I don't even need to watch you. Like I trust that this is good. This feels good.
Okay.
So nice breathing there. Again, and I'm just going up and down the spine. Now, some dogs you have to reverse pressure. Some dogs you have to, so like maybe you're doing it too hard. So you got to soften how the massage you're doing, how hard of a massage you're doing. Some dogs, it's certain body parts. So again, there we just had a few more signs here. So I started to go back down towards the hind end.
Mm-hmm.
And when he starts to do this half circle thing with his body where he's moving, so see that?
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me that he's going to mouth my hand, or that made him uncomfortable because he's now, again, he's putting his predatory head, teeth, eyes, all in the direction of where my hand is. That's telling
Mm-hmm.
me that that's making him feel uncomfortable. And that was enough. He didn't go all the way to actually make contact with my hand. And again, he's not going to bite. This dog is not a bite risk dog,
Mm-hmm.
but he's communicating to me, I'm not comfortable with that. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually go all the way back to just offering my hand again, like basically saying, I won't continue unless you want me to. And he just keeps his, but he doesn't end up moving his butt away. So I keep going. And again, he goes back. Now we have a yawn here. Again, the yawn is usually them trying to regulate their breath. So that could be him just recovering from the uncomfortable feeling a minute ago. So I'm not worried about it unless he continues to do it repeatedly. But yep, just stroking up and down that spine. My job is to just stimulate that polyvagal nerve and make sure he's staying grounded while I'm doing it and not loading up. The ears aren't pinning back. Everything looks nice and soft and good.
Mm-hmm.
I start to put a little more pressure. And again, he starts to move away. He doesn't like the ears. He's moving away from those kind of touches.
Ah.
So now when I saw a little bit of that going on again, I was like, okay, let me create some space. Let me make sure he's still into this. Let me see if he still wants to be touched more.
Mm-hmm.
So I just create the space. I offer the hands and I let him decide if he wants to come in for more.
Mm.
Oh, something more playful than the human who wants to pet me. That's all that is. So I'm waiting for that to pass. Just he's plugged into something else, which is fine. And there we go. Now he's back for some more. And again, I focus on the area that he presents. Some dogs will present their head first. Some will present the shoulders first. Some will present the butt first. Because of Lily's um, tendency to go with fight, you want to start off real soft and slow. So don't amp up like I'm talking like very light touches. Don't be grabbing or pulling or doing any of that until you've really gotten a feel for how she handles touch.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to just go nice and slow. You want to pick up on any signs, the lick lipping, the yawning, the turning back and looking. Any of those signs, just take a break, relax, slow it down. Just make sure you're really hearing her out because we don't want to get to the point where she's telling us real loud and hard.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all it really is. It's just,
So I have a question when you're finished.
yep, I'm coming back to you right now.
Okay.
Oh, except for before I do that, I'm gonna save this in an album.
Ah.
No, I want a new album. Rubadub. I have other ones that I have in and out, but this one was a really good one that I got.
Yeah.
Wow, I guess 3 years ago now, because that just said 2021. Holy moly! All right, so what questions do we have so far?
Her thing is surrender belly. I
Right.
come in, or this morning, she kind of came into my bedroom for a little bit of a pet. Did she do the surrender belly? Let's just say she does surrender belly a lot.
Right. So what is surrender belly? Surrender belly is fight, flight, or freeze. She's going into a freeze fawn state. So that's not what we're looking for. That's not, so she's consenting to touch, but out of survival, out of, I gotta let you touch me so you don't eat me kind of situation. So we don't want that. So if as soon as she does that, we do the opposite. We create space. We move away. We back off and we just offer our hand. And for this exercise, she has to initiate the touch by moving her body into you.
Mm,
It cannot be you coming over and touching her. So surrender belly cannot fit the 80-20 rule because you'd have to go a full 100% to get to her in surrender belly.
yep.
And it might be a week of, you get to touch her like 4 times, but that, trust me, the more you do it, just like with the not reinforcing the barking, the more that surrender belly is going to go away and real touch engagement is going to happen.
Mhm.
But because that's her go-to, it sounds like she has a real hard time with touch and it instantly puts her in fight, flight, or freeze. So it's going to take a little while to get her out of that and to get that other nervous system going and build tone with it. So just take it nice and slow, nice and easy, and just work on just the consent part. Don't even worry so much about what we're touching, where we're touching. Just get her to move her body up against you and maybe just put your hand on her for 30 seconds and then take it away and then offer it again and just see how long you can get that prolonged. And then maybe move into some actual massage or touching or like movement with the touch. But take it nice and slow. Definitely, this is something you can do indoors when you're nice and comfortable. Get it on video and let's do some follow up videos and go over because I want to get a good read on her body language and set you up for success as far as knowing what she's telling you during all this so we can progress it faster.
Mm, very interesting.
Yep. So that's Rubadub. That's really, and again, I'll send you a write up for that one. Um, to go over, what you're touching. I'll get you a
Okay,
link.
yeah, great, great.
Yep, I'll get you a link to the video of Duke. And maybe I'll figure out. So we've got I'll just drop that directly into
Well,
the.
I've got this on recording here. I just
Oh,
recorded
okay.
the whole
Yep,
thing, so we're
already
good.
got. All right. So now let's go into your video. Any other last minute questions before we jump into the.
Um, no, it's quite new information. I don't remember getting this from Kevin, so this will be interesting and good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that if this was in his book or not. The first one, the natural dog training. I don't think so because it's less. He might have had just something basic about petting or. That again, he definitely learned observing the other dogs. Because you'll see other dogs do this to dogs. They will go up and they'll start hanging off. If you got a dog that walks into a group of dogs with a tight jaw, the other dogs will come up and start pulling on their jowls, start nibbling on their. They're like,
Oh,
get
your
that
voice just
jaw.
got weird, Amanda. In fact, I kept eating my soup and not looking at you because I thought you had some weird video that you tried.
It was the headphones thing again. I'm sitting
Okay.
right here. I
Start
have
again on that. Start again on that because I thought you had some video that you were just going through to figure out where my video was.
so so dogs will do this to other dogs. So if you get a like Avida is an old like he's very good at being collected, but that also made his body really tight because he was never grounding during the collection work. He was always loading. And so by loading, he just had to hold everything back. So he was high collaring himself by just I'm not going to let anything out. So my shoulders are stiff, my jaw's stiff. I'm holding everything back so I can be a good service dog out in public. Again, he did a great job of it, but as far as his body, it's from over years of having to do that. He's so stiff. Now, the puppy Apollo sees that and he comes right over and he starts grabbing at his jaw and he's bumping his shoulders, like get those shoulders moving. And he's gripping that jaw and he'll go at his ankles to get him playing and moving. So dogs do this to each other all the time. Again, it doesn't look like a human doing it where they're doing rub-a-dub and massaging, but you see them, they're loosening the jaw, they're loosening the shoulders, they're engaging the polyvagal nerve, and they're getting it stimulated. So that's how Kevin learned that. He just watched other dogs do it, and he's like, what are they doing? And then he researched, okay, well, they're always going for the jaw and the shoulders and the spine. Like, what is that? What is that? And polyvagal nerve. That's exactly what it was. That's what the dogs were doing. You'll also can see it with human dogs doing it to humans. So I have a very tight jaw, from years of holding my tongue around my father. So always had to bite my tongue, had to hold things back. And so when a dog generally engages with me, as soon as they get anywhere near my face, they start licking at my mouth. And because they're trying to loosen that all up, they're trying to be like, yo, we see the tension there, we feel the tension, let it go, loosen it up. Um, Same thing with some dogs. If I'm kind of wrestling around or mon or doing bite work and stuff, they'll come and throw their butt into my shoulders or into to get me to loosen up the shoulders a little bit. So that's I know that's where he got it from. I don't remember when he started. I don't think it's really in any of the books.
Okay.
Um, and I'm trying to think if there's any videos out there. Um, Probably not on his YouTube stuff, but maybe in some of the row videos. All right, so now let's get back to share screen so we can do the other video, your video. And that one should be right in the videos right at the top. Because that one was very recent. Oh, maybe not. Did I not download it? So that means it'll be